Hello, my name is Menneth and welcome to Frozen Synapse Live number 4. Today I'll be doing a match against Total Warmage and a map against Wari. I'll be doing running commentary on why I do what I do and why I think my opponent is doing what he's doing. Depending on the situation, I'll highlight any potential problems, especially those who apply to newbies. Yeah, other than that, there's not much to say about the stream today, so I'll get on to my upcoming stream schedule. I'm planning on doing roughly 4 streams a week, one on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and one on Saturday. The Monday streams will be like this one, and I'll be fighting 1 or 2 different opponents. On Wednesdays, I'll be looking over games submitted by the audience and doing commentary on them. On Fridays will be guide streams where I and most likely the Shrike will be talking about specific tactics or game modes or similar and how to do better at them. On Saturdays I'll have my normal streams with I'm Nietzsche, and those will be the most important and longest streams, and they will be featuring the DGL semifinals and finals, and also will have a game of the week. Yeah, Total Warmage has not just told me he's primed, so there should be no delays on that side at least. If the audience has any questions, this is the time to ask. It's still 2.5 minutes till FS Live itself starts. My match against Total Warmage will be a light disputed. This is the most useful for streaming, since then I can comment much more on what my opponent is doing as well. My match against Wari will be a charge. If there's still time left over after that, I'll likely do a light secure against Total Warmage. No, Sevrek, I hate camping, and it's entirely useless in Disputed. And yeah, Sevrek will be my opponent next week, if he manages to show up, of course. If not, it will be most likely be Athan. If anyone wants to be my opponent in future Frozen Synapse lives, they can just send me an email at fsl@mennet.com. And that's my alarm telling me to start FS Live. Right, this is my disputed match against Total Warmage. I have an MG, a sniper and a rocket, while he just has 3 MGs and a sniper. The rocket can likely be quite useful if I use it right, but it also introduces a lot of variables both for me and Total Warmage. Yeah, the most important things in the first turn or two for me and Total Warmage, of course, will be to position our units properly. The best tactic here will likely be to concentrate on the center, as that's where the boxes are most likely to spawn. As I've highlighted before, when you're just trying to move your unit somewhere, always have continue on sight on, as if you don't, you risk having them interrupted by enemy units and killed, or at the very least delayed. Yeah, Buster is apparently having some problems getting connected. Well, I've never played against you before, Total Warmage. Yeah, I have no idea how good he is, actually. I guess I'll find out. Right, as to the sniper, I'm going to try to use him to cover the bottom area here. I have no idea how successful that will be, but yeah. The rocket is a bit useless on this first turn, I think. There's not really anywhere useful he can shoot. He can take out this bit of wall, giving me some better line of sight, I guess. And then I can just get him over here where he will be in a better position to fire. And with that, I'll prime. Yeah, Total Warmage seems to have roughly the same skills as me. He is positioning his units to get a large defensible area. He's concentrating somewhat around the middle, which isn't too surprising with the lack of cover on his side. And he probably currently has a slight advantage. Now, I probably currently have a slight advantage due to the amount of cover on my side of the area. Yes, Arcane, it's light disputed as it's much more suitable than dark for commentary. Well, with a rocket down here, I can keep him away from the center and also open up some line of sight. I do have to be careful about this sniper, though. Damn sniper. Yeah, okay, that looks about fine. Things are freezing a little bit, but should be okay. Yeah, I'll just have to remember to actually aim with this guy. He's probably a bit useless if I don't, after all. And yeah, this looks pretty good, so I'll just go with this, I think. Let's hope Total Warmish is done doing his turn. Okay, he's not quite yet. Select the fast forward symbol means continue on sight. This means they won't stop if they see an enemy unit and they won't engage. We'll just have to wait for Total Warmish to do his turn here. I think he'll most likely manage to avoid harm with his units down here, but that depends on if he manages to accurately predict where I'll fire a rocket, and of course what I'm going to do with the rest of my units. He could, for example, go into this room here, but that will be risky, as it is quite possible for me to just fire a rocket over there as well. As the strike says, they cannot see or ignore orders. They can, however, see your zones the turn after you create them, but they still cannot see what the zones were used for. I'm having some slight connection problems with IRC, but I'm still connected to the internet, so I don't expect any problems with the stream itself. And now I'm back on IRC. Yeah, I'll just have to get my nick back. Yeah, of course we can blame Sinroth, even though he's not around at the moment. No problem, Mantos. Since Total Warmish is taking his dear time, I'll just talk a bit about upcoming stuff. For the Monday episodes, I'll need opponents, so if anyone wants to be my opponent, just send me a mail at fsl@menet.com. For the Wednesday episodes, I need interesting games to look at. So if you have any of those, or any that highlight some common newbie problems or similar, send me those at the same email. And for the Friday's episodes, I'll need topics to talk about. Anything you think you could be better at that I could help explain, send those, once again, the same email. Yeah, if you want the chance to being on the Saturday stream, just participate in the DGL tournaments. If you get to the semis or the finals, you will be featured on an upcoming FSL. No thanks, Evrek. I use the mouse for the camera, Arcane. Just like everything else that comes to the stream, it's always Sinrod's fault, and he knows it. If anyone has any suggestions for what I can do while waiting for Total Warmers to finish, please tell me. Ah, there, finally. So, let's see how this goes. Well, there he loses a unit. And, well, he can probably just retreat this unit here. But maybe not this one. Okay, I can retreat that one as well. But I have quite a bit of an advantage right now. My mouse are having some slight problems. It apparently does not like my streaming program. For some reason, XSplit and Logitech mice are apparently mortal enemies. Well, it looks like Total Warmage will manage to survive this turn. Hmm. I'm trying to get a bit closer to the center with my units, and of course make it harder for Total Warmage to predict what will happen. A good general rule is to always move all your units at least slightly, as then your opponent does not have the liberty of every single one of his predictions coming true. And with my rocket launcher now, I'm trying to get him ready for the next turn so he can fire almost immediately. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Distraction Pride, but there's not really much I can do right now due to my position here. I think this MG over here at least can just ignore this sniper, as at this range he likely wouldn't win a firefight anyway. Yeah. I guess I could just move this guy over here or something. Okay, maybe not that quickly. Can someone answer Chandy so that he'll stop asking questions? I'm I think I'm happy with this. Total Warmage probably isn't. I guess I could do my first turn versus Vari in the meantime. He's, as far as I know, already submitted his first turn, so even if he is watching this, it doesn't really matter right now. So yeah, I think I'll just do that. Yeah, first turn I'll just have to bid. Right, he has a grenade launcher. That could be a bit tricky, so I don't think I'll bid too aggressively. Something like this should be fine. Yeah, Wari, you should probably turn off the vid right now. Right, he won the bid. She was a little bit more... Ah, there's Total Warmage. Yeah, Wari, you can just stay for a moment at least, since Total Warmage submitted his turn. Let's see how that goes, and yeah, he lost that unit and that unit. And now he's pretty much dead. Right, I'll just need to take out his last sniper, and then everyone except him is happy. Right, and I guess I should probably try to avoid getting killed. Ooh, some RC problems again. The Max Gaming server isn't exactly the most stable of IRC servers, but yeah, it mostly does its job. Right, the most important thing right now, I think, is to prevent him from killing any of my units. Yeah, and this seems about fine. Right, I'm trying to reconnect to RC now, and hopefully it works. And yeah, what I'm trying to do here is prevent this MG from getting killed if he does anything fancy. But it doesn't seem to be particularly needed, as I only get over there by the end of the turn. I think I'll just submit my game now. And it really wouldn't surprise me if Total Warmage just runs off to the side now. And I'm back on RC, yay. And yeah, Total Warmage does as I somewhat expected and just runs off. I cannot really blame him, as his situation was by then pretty hopeless. I'll start my game against Vari now. I hope he's managed to do his turn by now, and if so, that's great. Yeah, the most important thing for me to know for me now is to try to prevent him from getting to the line, as if he actually managed to get all that way, it will be pretty hard for me to dislodge him. This wall here is a bit problematic, as it means I cannot start on the bottom here. Let's see. Ah yeah, I can actually start on the bottom here. That's nice. Right, I think the only priority of this unit then is to get up here and not get killed by an MG on the way. Yeah. As for this guy, I'll try to cover this entrance here. And this guy can cover over here. Right, let's just test how far I can go before shooting actually starts. And stop right before then. Right, here. So if I stop here and take aim and wait a short while, then I might be able to get a few kills. And yeah, this guy really needs to be a bit further down so as to not risk getting shot by an MG up there. Yeah, that looks pretty safe, so I think I'll go with roughly this. Maybe, yeah, I'll advance slightly with this guy after having stood here for a little while, and hopefully get in a good position to prevent his advance. Yeah. Worry has already submitted, so let's see how this goes. Well, he did not send an MG on top here at least. Okay, I should have maybe planned for that, but I don't think it really matters. If I just run down here, I should be able to survive. I'll just have to go around this bit. Like this. Right, he's got his shotguns pretty close to the center already, and his grenade launcher is in good position to try to kill my units and prevent my advance. If my mouse will just stop freezing, I could try planning some more. And I think I'll just place an MG here, which should cover most of this room nicely. And if I get this shotgunner over to somewhere like here, that should prevent any advance on this part. But that is a bit too risky. Right, let's see what happens if I do something like this. Okay, how does that even work? I think that's the only time I've ever seen a mutual kill. Now it's killed by this guy. That explains it. Right, I could just place this guy over here. And he should be able to take down this shotgun if he decides to advance into this room. While this guy could just stand, well, here maybe? Yeah, problem is this MG over here is quite a bit of a threat to me right now. I'll have to try to find a position where he cannot shoot me. Somewhere around here, maybe? Yeah, here the chance of him actually hitting me should be quite low. So I think I'll just go with this. And that should cover any advance on the upper part here, the middle, the center, and most likely as well the bottom. The problem on the bottom here really is his grenade launcher. So I'm currently a bit unsure how to cover this area. I could maybe position my shotgun up here, which could, if I'm lucky, get a kill. But yeah, that seems pretty safe really. And unless anyone has any objections, I'll prime now. Well, it doesn't seem like I missed anything, so I'll just prime. And worry isn't done yet. This is the point in time where you people are supposed to point out every single flaw in my plan and how it will get me killed on this turn. And there his priming is. Okay, that was horrible grammar. Sorry about that. Right, yeah, he shoots a grenade, doesn't kill anyone, plays a bit passively